development finishing up. So this is the last tutorial, and in the previous video, let's refresh it. So we were able to connect the paddle to the cursor or to the mouse. So I'm just using pretty much my mouse control here, so I'm not pressing any keyboard. So, and that's the way I am controlling the paddle right now. So that's cool. I can use it the cursor, and this way is much easier, I guess. So let me see if I can win this little game, and then we're gonna start with the tutorial. Let me see, we're almost done. Okay, well, let's go. Okay, this is the 10th and final step of the game dev canvas tutorial. You can check out this in the GitHub repository. So this is the number 10 that HTML lesson. Now there's always room for improvements in any game we write. For example, we can offer more than one life to the player. They could make a mistake or two and still be able to finish the game. We could also improve our code rendering. Okay, so when they're talking about code rendering, they're pretty much talking JavaScript, HTML, CSS. So giving the player some lives. Okay, as you can see here, we only have the score, but we don't have some lives, so we're gonna do that. Let's see. I mean, what the game means is, for example, let's say if the ball touches the floor here, let's say I have, I don't know, 3-4 lives, so it's gonna let me play, but I'm gonna have a minus a life. So instead of having 4, I'm gonna have 3, so I'm gonna lose a life here. Okay, so giving the player some lives. Implementing lives is quite straightforward. Let's first add a variable to store the number of lives in the same place where we declare our other variables. So we're gonna go into the JavaScript file, and we can just pretty much, okay, so we have brick, so this is the last variable. Okay, so here we're gonna have the let, I don't know, lives, I guess, lives, and then we're gonna set it to the number 3. So let me double check. Okay, so let lives be assigned to the number 3. Okay, drawing the life counter looks almost the same as drawing the score counter. Add the following function to your code below the draw function. Okay, so we're gonna go below the draw score function. So let me see, what is the draw score function? It's gonna go draw score function. Okay, draw score function. So we're gonna go below, and we're gonna create a new function, and we're gonna name it draw lives. So it's gonna be draw, I don't have it here, but it's gonna be draw lives. So let me see if we are gonna, okay, yeah, camel notation. We need camel notation. Okay, parentheses and then open curly braces, so that's fine. Okay, so in this block statement, what we need to write is going to be the ctx that begin path. I mean, no, not begin path. We're just going straight to the font, and we're gonna set it to this double quotes, and we're gonna pass in, I don't know, you can put in 20 pixels if you want instead of 16, and then it's gonna be Arial like that, semicolon at the end, and then we're gonna have the ctx that fill style like that, and we're gonna set it to, okay, so you can set it to, I don't know, let's pick this color maybe. Okay, so we're gonna have this particular color, and then finally we're gonna call in the ctx that fill. Let me see, the ctx that fill, let me see if that's right. No, that is okay. ctx fill text. Okay, oh yeah, ctx fill text like that, because we need to have we need to open backticks, and we're gonna have lives. Okay, colon and then $, open curly braces, and we're gonna pass in the variable that we created live, so that is being set to 3. Okay, so we have that up to, let's close this folder. We have that as a first parameter. So outside of the backticks, okay, outside of the backticks, we are gonna have the canvas.width, let me see, canvas.width, and as a final third parameter, okay, canvas.width minus 65, minus the number 65 as a third parameter. we're gonna have the number 20 and semicolon at the end. So we have that up to this point, and okay, so nothing is changing yet. Okay, so let me see, everything is fine. So function draw lives, then we have the ctx font set to this. Okay, then we have the ctx fill style, camel notation, ctx fill text lives, then we're passing lives, comma, canvas width -65. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Then instead of ending the game immediately, we will decrease the number of lives until they are no longer available. We can also reset the ball and the paddle positions when the player begins with their next life. So, and the draw function replace the following 3 lines. So, and the draw function, and again you can press Control F and pretty much look for the function, but it's not necessary here. So let me see, what are those 3 lines? Okay, they're talking about this one. So the alert, the document that location, that reload. So we're just gonna delete it, and we are gonna replace these 3 lines of code. Let me see, and the draw function replace the following 3 lines, so these ones, with this. We can add a slightly more complex logic to it as given below. So we're gonna add this piece of code. So again, we're gonna use the variables lives, but we're gonna, instead of increment it, we're gonna decrement it. So it's gonna be minus minus, double minus, so semicolon at the end. And again, we are having this inside of the else statement declaration. Okay, so we ended up with a semicolon, and now inside of the else statement we're gonna have an if statement declaration. Okay, and we're gonna open curly braces as well. So if, okay, so exclamation mark, if not live, so if there are no lives. So okay, if there are no more lives, so we're gonna start typing something in our block of code. So we're gonna have an alert like that, and we're gonna pass inside of the double quotes, we're gonna have game over. Okay, so semicolon at the end. If there are no more lives, we're gonna have an alert that is gonna say game over. Okay, then we're gonna have the document that, okay, document that location that reload. Okay, this is for Chrome. Okay, reload, document that location that reload. Then we're gonna have the clear interval. Okay, so we're gonna have the clear interval, and we are gonna pass in the interval. Okay, so we're gonna pass in the interval, semicolon at the end, and this is needed for Chrome to end game. Okay, and what else do we have here? So we are starting here and ending here, and at the end of the curly brace we're gonna start an else statement. Okay, this is gonna be the last one. So we're gonna open curly braces, and in this statement we are gonna have x, and we're gonna set it to the canvas, so to the canvas that width. Okay, like that, and then it's gonna be divided by 2, canvas that width divided by 2, semicolon at the end. Then we're gonna have in y, and we're gonna set it to canvas that height, and okay, canvas that height, and it's gonna be -30, semicolon at the end. And then we're gonna have the variable dx, and again we already have all those variables way in the top, just at the beginning. I'm gonna show you later. We're gonna set the dx, the variable dx, set it to 2, semicolon. We're gonna have the dy, the variable dy, set it to -2, semicolon at the end. And then we're gonna have in the paddle x. Okay, the paddle x is gonna be set to, we're gonna open parentheses, and we're gonna have the canvas the width minus the paddle width, so the paddle width, and we're gonna divide it by 2, semicolon at the end. Okay, that's all that we have to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And again we have all the variables here, x, y, dx, and dy. Okay, so that's pretty much what we have now from line 94 all the way to line 105. So we have updated, we have added the variable lives and then decremented. Then we have an if statement, well, an if else statement with some code in it. Okay, so let's check it out if it has changed a little bit. So nothing has changed yet. Okay, let's keep moving. Now when the ball hits the bottom edge of the screen, we are subtracting one life from the lives variable. If there are no lives left, the game is lost. If there are still some life left, then the position of the ball and the paddle are reset along with the movement of the ball. So now rendering the lives display. Now you need to add a call to draw lives inside the draw function and add it below the draw score call. Okay, so that's pretty much all that we need to do. And let me see where we need to go. You need to call the inside of the draw function. Okay, we're gonna go inside of we are already inside of the draw function. We're gonna go below of the draw score function. Now you need to add a call draw lives inside of the draw function, add it below the draw score. So we can just, okay, so we already have it. It's gonna be draw lives. It's gonna be this one, open parentheses, and then we're gonna put a semicolon at the end. So now when we play the game here, when you, okay, as you can see is, let me see, 3 lives. So okay, so let me see, I have 2 lives, and let me move it this one. Okay, you win, congratulations. As you can see, we have lives, and I have 3 lives, so I use 1, so I only have with 2. But it doesn't, I think I need to put it instead of 20. I'm gonna update it, and it's gonna be 16. So it's gonna be 16 pixels, and it's gonna be inside of the function named draw live. So I'm gonna refresh it, and now you can see it. So okay, so okay, I lost 1 life, so I'm gonna lose this time on purpose again. Now I have 1 life, so from 3 lives I went down to just 1 life. So let me see if I can win. Okay, so nothing is changing. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, nothing. Okay, so we can do this. Okay, so you win, congratulations. Okay, so the score has been 14. I have won this game, and I have 1 life left. Okay, so that's pretty much what we have. So we use the draw lives that we created. Now okay, so we are not done yet. So improving rendering with request animation frame. Okay, so we're gonna make it a little bit faster, because here we have, okay, so we have this interval, and we set it to 10 milliseconds or 10 seconds. Okay, so now let's work on something that is not connected to the game mechanics, but to the way it is being rendered. Request animation frame helps the browser render the game better than the fixed frame rate we currently have implemented using the set interval. Replace the following line. So again, we're gonna replace this one, and we can just delete this whole thing, and that's pretty much the last line in your JavaScript file with just the function. So it's gonna be draw like that, semicolon at the end. So we have that up to this point. So let me see if the game has been modified. Okay, so if I refresh it, nothing is happening. Okay, that's fine. Now, and remove each instance of, remove each instance of the clear interval, and then we're passing the interval. And okay, so it doesn't make any sense since we already delete the interval. Okay, and let me see. Okay, clear interval. So we can just pretty much Control F and then clear interval like that. And we have to, so we're gonna delete remove it, delete it, whatever. So I'm gonna have that, and then I'm gonna click again. So okay, the first one I deleted from the function draw. Okay, the second one is gonna be let me see, probably gonna be in the same function. Now the second one it was in the collision detection function, so I already deleted. Now I'm gonna refresh it. Okay, so now let me see if I refresh it here. Okay, so nothing is happening yet. Okay, and let me see. Okay, so I remove it. Okay, then at the very bottom of the draw function, just before the closing curly braces, so just before the curly braces, let me see, what is that draw function? Okay, so I can just click on the first curly brace. It's gonna say me this is the last one, so just below that we're gonna type some code. Okay, add in the following line, which causes the draw function to call itself over and over again. So request animation frame, and then we're passing the function. Okay, so it's going to be request. Okay, it's going to be the third one, request animation frame, function request animation frame. So you have the callback, okay, all the stuff, and then finally we're going to pass in the function like that, semicolon at the end. And yeah, let's see if this is working now. So yeah, so now it's moving really fast. So whoa, okay, I lost. Whoops, okay, you win, congratulations. But let's give it a second try. So I lost already one life, and it's moving really fast. Oh, okay, so that's pretty cool. It moves really fast now, but yeah, it's pretty much calling itself over and over again, as you can read it over here. Okay, let me see. The draw function is now getting executed again and again within a request animation frame loop, but instead of the fixed 10 milliseconds frame rate, we are giving control of the frame rate back to the browser. It will sync the frame rate accordingly and render the shapes only when needed. This produces a more efficient, smoother animation loop than the older set interval method. Okay, and again, you can compare your code. So we have the code here in this in the Mozilla website. So you have the JavaScript, so pretty much we've been working in the JavaScript only, or you can check out in the GitHub repository. So but yeah, this is pretty much it. So you can try changing the number of lives, the angle of the ball bounces off the paddle. But yeah, this is pretty much game over for now. So you finish all these lessons, congratulations. By this point you should know the basis of canvas manipulation and the logic behind the simple 2D games. Now is a good time to learn some frameworks and continue game development. You can check out the series counterpart, so we have all these links now. But yeah, this is pretty much all that we have for this tutorial. So the finishing map of the 10 series of the game dev canvas tutorial. And again, so this is the game, so it's moving really fast and it's pretty cool.